Hey everyone, in this video we'll talk about what is push function in stack. Let's start. So as you can see in my screen that push, pop and pick is written over there. So now we'll talk about the push function. So what is basically push function does? So at first, for pushing any element into stack, we have to check some condition. So what is that? If our stack is overflow, then we can't insert anything into our stack. So what does overflow means? Let's say that this is your stack and it can contain 3 elements. So 1, 2, 3. So can you insert the 4th element here? You cannot insert the 4th element. So that is basically the overflow condition is. Overflow condition means you cannot insert any element into your stack because your stack is full. So what is the condition? We have to check that top plus 1 less than max. So we'll discuss about this thing in detail. So how we increment the top and how we can check that condition is overflow. Then the second thing is we have to increment our top. So whenever we are trying to insert anything, we have to increment the value of the top and then we'll add the value into the stack. So at first what we have to do, we have to check the overflow condition that we can insert any value into our stack or not. Then we have to increment our top. Then we have to add that value into our stack. So I think these conditions are clear that what are the tasks we have to perform in our stack. Now we'll look at the functionalities of stack, that how stack works. Let's say that now what is the value of the top? The value of the top is -1. Initially the value of the top is -1. So you can say that min size is -1 or the value of the top is -1. And what is the size of the stack? The size of the stack is 5. Now if we insert anything in our stack, what will be the value of the top? The value of the top will be 0. So let's say that we'll push 10 into our stack. Then what will be the value of the top? The value of the top will be 0. So initially it was -1. After inserting 10, the value of the top gets incremented. Now it's 0. So let's say that we'll push another element, that is 20. Now you just pause this video and write in the comment section that what will be the value of the top. So the value of the top will be 1. Now if we push 30, what will be the value of the top? The value of the top will be 2. Now let's say that we'll push another element, that is 40. Now what will be the value of the top? The value of the top will be what? 3. So the value of the top will be 3. Now let's say that we'll push another element. The element is 50. Now what is the value of the top? We all know the value of the top will be 4. Now let's say that we'll insert another element, that is 60. Now what will be the value of the top? That is 5. So you just pause this video and write in the comment section that we can insert this 60 into our stack or not. Just pause this video. So I think you have written the answer. So the answer is we cannot insert 60 into our stack because, so what is the size of the stack? The size of the stack is 5. So we have inserted 5 values. So we can't go beyond that. So I think this portion is clear that how push function works. So if we are trying to insert this 60 into our stack, then what will be the condition? The condition will be overflow. So I think these portions are clear. Let me move into the next slide. So you can see that one stack is over there. So what is the push function? Let's say that this is the push function. So we'll pass a value within our push function. Then what push function will do? At first it will check the overflow condition. Now this is the overflow condition. If our top plus 1 is less than the max, then it will return true. Otherwise it will return false. So we'll go for the dry run. Now let's say that we'll call the push function 5 times. So push, at first we'll push 19, 29, 39, 49, 59 and 69. So we'll push this 6 element into our stack. So at first we'll push 19. Now What is the value of the top? The value of the top is -1. So let me write here t equals to -1. Then what we'll do? Let's say we'll pass 19. 19 will come here. Then it will check that our condition is overflow or not. So what is the value of the top now? The value of the top is -1. So what will be the output? It will be 0. 0 is less than 5. 0 is less than 5. So it will return true here. So let's say that 0 is less than 5. Now, so we'll get true here. We'll increment the value of the top and we'll push the value. So what we have passed here? We have passed 19. So what will push here? We'll push 19. Now we'll again call this 29. So we'll come here, 29 will come here. It will call the not overflow function. So we are calling the not overflow function here. Now what is the value of the top? The value of the top is 0. So 0 plus 1, 1. 1 is also less than 5. So we'll get true here. We'll get true here. So we can insert 29 here. Now what we'll do, we'll increment the value of the top. The value of the top will be 1. So we'll insert 29 at the first position. So we'll insert 29 here. This is the first position, this is the 0th position. Now what we'll do, we'll go for the 39. So if we call this function for 39, then we'll check the overflow condition. What is the value of the top? The value of the top is 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. 2 is also less than 5. Then we'll just increment the value of the top. The value of the top will be 2. We'll push 39 here. So we'll push 39 here at the second position. So what is the value of the top? The value of the top is 2. If we call this for 49, let's say that 49, what is the value of the top? That is 2. We'll again check 2 plus 1, 3. 3 is also less than 5. So we'll increment the value of the top. It will be 3. And we'll insert 49 here. So we have successfully inserted 19, 29, 39, 49. So then what we'll do, we'll again call this for the 59. Then what we'll do, we'll check that 59, what is the value of the top? The value of the top is 3. Now what we'll do, we'll check that 3 plus 1 is what? 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 is also less than 5. Then what we'll do, we'll increment the value of the top. It will be 4. It will be 4. Then we'll insert 59 at the fourth position. So I think these portions are clear that how we can insert anything into a stack. Now we'll go for the overflow condition. So now we'll break the not overflow condition. So let's say that we are trying to insert 69. So what happened? Let's say that, let me remove all these things. And we are trying to insert 69. Now what is the value of the top? The value of the top is 4. Now if we check the not overflow condition, 4 plus 1 less than 5. What will be the value? It will be 5 less than 5. So 5 is less than 5, 5 is not less than 5. So we'll just return false here. So false will come here. So here we'll receive false. So that means we cannot insert 69 at the fifth position. So because 5 is less than 5, so we cannot go beyond that. So I think these portions are clear that what is push function, what is not overflow function, and why we can't insert 69 into our stack. I think these portions are clear. Let's go for the code. As you can see in my screen that at first we have imported two libraries. One is stdio.h and another one is stdbool.h, and we have defined the max size, what is 5. The max size of the stack is 5, and we have defined the min, that is -1, and initially we have defined the value of the top, that is -1, and the size of the stack is 5. The size of the stack is 5. Now what we are doing, we are checking the not overflow condition. So what this not overflow condition does, it will just check that top plus 1 less than max. If top plus 1 is greater than max, then it will just return false. If top plus 1 is less than max, it will just return true, or greater than or greater than equals. In both the cases it will return false. So as you can see that we have another function, that is push. So in this function what we are doing, at first we'll check that our stack is not overflowing. So if our stack is not overflowing, then we'll just push the value into a stack. So otherwise we'll just print stack overflow. So this stack overflow is not your doubt clearing website. So And we have declared another function, that is print stack. So let me tell you one thing, this print stack is not related to your stack. So I have just written this print stack for your reference. So this print stack is not the function of your stack. So how many functions we have in a stack? That is 3: push, pop and pick. I have defined this print stack function only for your clarity. So let me go to the main function. We have called push functions 7 times, and every time we have called the print stack function. So let me compile the code. You can see that at first what we are pushing 10. So you can see that after pushing the code, we have just printed the values we have in a stack. At first we have inserted 10 or push 10, then we have printed the values we have in a stack, that is 10. Then we have inserted 20. These are the values that we have in our stack, 20. Then we have inserted 30, 30. Then we have inserted 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. These are the 4 values that we have inserted. Now at last what we have done, we have inserted 50. So what is the size of the stack? The size of the stack is 5. So we cannot insert more than 5 elements. So you can see that we have inserted up to 50. Then you can see that we have called the push function, then we have again called the print stack, we have called the push function, we have again called the print stack. So whenever we are trying to push 60, it's saying that stack overflow. It means we cannot insert anything into a stack because our stack is full. Then you can see that these are the values within our stack, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And again we are trying to insert 70. These are the values we have within our stack, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is what stack overflow is. If you have any doubt, just write in the comment section. In the next video, we'll talk about the pop function. See you in the next video.